On day 1, I spawned in front of an incredible luxury apartment in a realistic world. I can't see! I removed my glasses and was stunned by what I saw. Whoa, is this Minecraft? It's so HD I don't need my glasses anymore. I walked inside the apartment building and explored all the features it had to offer. Before I could get too comfortable, a mysterious man appeared in front of me.
Hello, Max. Before we start our little game, how about you do some more exploring? There's a present waiting for you. I think you'll find it of the utmost interest to you.
I continued to explore the apartment, finding a weird device that came loaded with this awesome game. It was called Raid Shadow Legends. Use my QR code or links below to download Raid yourself to your mobile phone or PC. One of my favorite parts of playing Raid is after battling through a dungeon, you get to do the do or die scenario of facing a boss. This tense battle is what Raid is all about. One boss that I love fighting is the mighty Minotaur. He's got the scrolls I want. He'll hex my champions to deal extra damage, but in turn will take bonus damage after 3 turns. My strategy for him has been using blocks or remove buffs to clear off the hexes and pounding him into oblivion. For a stage 15, he's pretty manageable. This month has some really cool new things coming to the game. There's a Forge Pass Season 3 featuring awesome rewards, a limited edition artifact set, and some new skins for champions like Madame Cerise. But there's even bigger news than that. Everybody's favorite champion is getting the upgrade he deserves. That's right, Death Knight is becoming Ultimate Death Knight, a legendary champion. The best time to download Raid is now. New players that use my link or QR code will get a free starter pack worth almost $30, a free champion Tayrel, and this cool in-game loot. You'll find these rewards here in your inbox for the next 30 days only. Thanks Raid for sponsoring this video.
Now that that's been settled, it's time for your next game.
What game? I started to get really woozy. My head began to spin and everything went black. When I came to, I was in the Minecraft overworld with nothing to my name. What the? Where's my apartment? Suddenly, a disembodied voice began to speak to me.
Welcome, players. This isn't the Minecraft you know and love. In this game, the forces of nature will be more oppressive than ever. Survive for 100 days, otherwise you'll be trapped here forever.
Yeah, right. Nobody has that much power.
Oh, but I do.
Just then, the day turned to night, and a group of hyper-realistic zombies appeared all around me. Those are zombies? You guys look freaky! The zombies began attacking me and I was completely defenseless. I took off running as fast as I could. On day 2, I walked around to get accustomed with my new surroundings. I had never seen a world look the way this one did. I really can't believe this is Minecraft. I knew if I wanted to survive, I was gonna need materials, so I got to gathering. I started by punching some trees to gather wood. Look at those leaves. They're so lifelike. Next, I built myself a crafting bench and made a set of wooden tools to start me off. Now that I had a pickaxe, I found a small cave nearby and gathered cobblestone and coal from the surface, to then do a quick upgrade to stone tools. I'm curious what the underground is gonna be like. After my work was complete, I noticed that a different meter above my hunger bar had begun to drop. Wait a second, am I thirsty? I went on the search for a nearby lake. While I was exploring, I noticed an abandoned empty glass bottle on the ground. This is perfect for gathering water. After a bit of looking, I finally found a place to get a drink. I bottled it up and drank it down right away. Maybe drinking dirty water is a bad idea. For now, this was all I had, so I bottled up some more dirty water to keep with me just in case. On day 3, I found myself mindlessly wandering through the forest. So I have to survive. But is this place really like normal Minecraft? All of a sudden, another player approached me. Don't hurt me!
Whoa. I won't hurt a newbie like you.
Wait, how long have you been here?
Well, I'm on day 99, so I only have one more day left to go. Call me Trevor.
Nice to meet you, Trevor.
Yeah, I remember being freaked out by this realistic world too. I can get you off to a strong start though.
Trevor tossed over a furnace, coal, torches, food, and more bottles to collect water with.
I can tell you're drinking dirty water, purified in that furnace I gave you.
I can do that? Thanks. Suddenly, a crazy player came running from the bushes.
Ooh, a veteran. You'll have more than enough supplies to last me the rest of my challenge.
Stand back.
The The two of them began to battle it out. Trevor was so strong, he didn't even use a weapon, so I thought surely the other player didn't stand a chance. However, Trevor was getting overpowered quickly.
Run, kid!
Trevor fell to his death, and I ran away as far as I could. I guess you're never really safe here. On days 4 through 8, I feared for my safety after seeing someone so close to finishing the challenge die before my eyes. I noticed my thirst bar was low, so I drank some of the purified water Trevor gave me. Thanks, homie. I knew I needed a place to hunker down, but I didn't have many materials, so I decided to make my home out of dirt for now. I didn't want to use up resources that I might need later. As night fell, zombies started to spawn around my base. Luckily, my short-lived friend gave me some torches to see better in the dark. I'm gonna die here. I poked a hole through my base to take a peek outside to see how bad it was. Sadly, it was worse than I thought. Why are there so many zombies? The night was horrible and long without a bed, but the sun finally rose and any remaining zombies were burned to a crisp. I quickly set off in search of some sheep to collect wool from. I began exploring, and it wasn't long before I found a plains biome with a lone sheep in the center. Hey, a sheep! Perfect! I walked up to it, and the sheep turned around to reveal its uncanny face. Ah! Die! I slayed the sheep and gathered the wool it dropped. Only one piece of wool? I'm gonna need more than that. Just then, a player walked up behind me.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw a sheep here. Weird looking for sure.
Oh, hey, who are you?
I'm Lily. I've only been here a few days.
Hey, me too. I'm Max. Maybe we can help each other survive?
Not a bad idea. Hey, you're not gonna kill me in my sleep, are ya?
Huh? What? I would never.
I'm just messing with you. Come on, lead the way.
Funny. Okay, follow me. We then arrived back at my base to get Lily set up.
So, where was it?
Where's what? My house? It's right there.
What, that pile of dirt? Oh, no, that's not gonna fly. We got some work to do. I'm gonna go get some wool. I'll be right back.
I quickly revamped the base to fit both of us. When Lily returned, she added some cozy beds so we could sleep a little more soundly at night. I think it's a bit lopsided. Oh well, it'll get better over time. On days 9 through 12, I made a chest to fill up until I noticed that our resources were running low. I don't have a lot of supplies, do I? I went up to Lily and told her the news. We're gonna have to go out again and restock.
Agreed.
Lily and I then split up to find different resources that we might need. She headed into the forest while I went underground to go mining. While exploring the caves, I noticed how realistic everything looked. Whoa, these caves are incredible. I managed to come across heaps of coal along with a decent amount of iron. As I was getting ready to leave, I came across a spider. Oh man, just my luck. I tried sneaking past it, but it spotted me almost instantly. Ah! You guys look freaky deaky! Get away! I used what I had to fend them off. They weren't that tough, but it wasn't an easy battle either. Ew, 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 ew! It felt like I had killed tons of them, but eventually I took out the final one, coming out on top. That's right, I'm the top of the food chain. Ha ha! After the battle, the spider dropped several pieces of string and spider eyes. I grabbed everything and got out of there as fast as possible. Man, I hate spiders. I returned home and smelted the iron I found into iron ingots. With it, I crafted an iron pickaxe, sword, and even a pair of boots. Lily arrived shortly after, with lots of wood, food, and water to quench our thirst. You're a lifesaver, Lily.
No worries, I got you.
Lily had already purified the water, so we went ahead and had a drink. On days 13 through 16, thanks to my encounter with the spiders, I now had a good amount of strings at my disposal. I decided to use it to craft myself a bow. This is great and all, but now I need arrows. I made myself an iron shovel and went out to search for a beach. There, I dug a bunch of gravel for flint. Once I had a sufficient amount of flint, I sought out a group of chickens for both their feathers and meat. I remember you being much more square. They were cute, but I had to kill them to survive. I'm sorry! Finally, I used my axe to gather plenty of wood to make sticks for other projects later. I now had all the materials I needed, so I set down my crafting bench and made a bunch of arrows to use for my battles ahead. I can finally use my bow.
Your bow? That'll be short-lived.
I turned around and spotted a gang leader with his group of lackeys.
Give us everything you have.
Huh? No way! Who do you think you are?
I'm Roman, the leader of this clan. I didn't want to do this, but you leave me no choice.
Suddenly the lackeys charged towards me at full force. I had no choice but to fight them off. I used my new bow to try and keep them at a distance, but they were mostly interested in me up close and personal. I took out my sword and began to slash them down to the best of my ability. They were definitely skilled fighters, but luckily I had improved since day one. After a furious battle, I managed to take them down by a hair.
I see you're more skilled than I thought. You're free to leave now, but just remember, this is my turf. I won't be so forgiving next time.
The mysterious leader left, leaving me alone once again. I better be careful around him. On days 17 through 20, I returned home to start expanding the base. Firstly, I replaced all the dirt with various types of wood that Lily gave me to make it more secure. This included the floor, which I was tired of being grass. Then I added an extra room to store necessary materials. I put a furnace wall on one side of the room and a load of chests on the other. This will keep our valuables safe at home. With that, the upgrade was finished. I hope I don't get a splinter in this house. While I was admiring the build, a seemingly new player walked up to me.
Hi, I'm Huey. I'm on day 1 and I don't know what to do. Can you help me?
Of course, you're welcome to stay here. I quickly built him his own room, making him officially a part of our team. There you go. Feel free to make this your new home.
Thank you so much. But what should I do now?
How about we make a farm?
I have never done that before.
No worries. Here, take this. I gave Huey a pickaxe and sent him mining for iron while I went to gather seeds. Watch out for spiders.
Spiders?
You'll be fine. While looking for seeds for our upcoming farm, I came across a village. It seemed almost abandoned, but just to be safe, I stayed as quiet as possible while harvesting some of their crops. Sorry, I need these. As I made my way back home, I destroyed any pieces of grass that stood in my way. There's grass everywhere. I'll have tons of seeds in no time. As I was gathering the seeds, I couldn't help but to get lost in the beauty of this game. Whoa, so HD. Once I got home, I made a hoe and a bucket using the iron that Huey found. I gathered some water and began building the farm. Once we hoed all the dirt and planted the seeds, the start of our farm was complete. Looking fresh. On days 21 through 24, I needed more resources, so I went mining. There I found loads of iron, more than any other day thus far. Wow, I guess it's my lucky day. I started to make my way out of the cave when I noticed some obsidian that had naturally formed. Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. Not sure if I need it, but maybe I can come back for it with a diamond pickaxe. After taking in the sights of the cave, I finally headed home. But when I arrived, I found a new player waiting at the base. Who's this?
This is Ash. He was looking for some help, so Huey and I thought he could stay.
You must be Max. It's an honor to meet you.
I wasn't sure why, but I felt a bit hesitant about him. But I figured it was just my imagination. The honor's mine. Welcome to our group, Ash. I got to work on Ash's room, expanding the base and giving him his very own bed. While I was at it, I also built a small fenced area. My plan was to later have Ash in charge of a ranch for the base.
Thank you, Max.
No problem. On days 25 through 28, I woke up early in the morning and went to talk to Lily. Morning, Lily.
Morning, Max.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but with some rest, I'll be fine.
Well, if you insist, let me know if you need anything. With the arrival of Ash, we now had an additional mouth to feed, so I used some of my remaining thread to craft a fishing rod. I left the base in search of a lake to go fishing in. After some traveling, I managed to find a body of water not too far from home. I sat down and casted my line out into the water. It was a moment of peace, and I really got to take in the beauty of the world around me. Wow, this water is unreal. Time passed, and I caught quite a few fish. I was fixing to leave when a cat scampered up to me. Hey buddy, are you hungry? I gave him some salmon, and the little guy really took a liking to me. I think I'll call you Charlie. Just then, a horrible-looking creature came out from behind a tree. I had never seen anything like it before. Wait, are you a creeper? You look horrible! I didn't want to tango with that monster, so I took off running and urged Charlie to follow. Come on, bud, let's get out of here. Dude, come on! He's getting closer! Charlie, please! Just as I thought we would be blown to smithereens, Charlie walked towards the creeper. To my surprise, the creeper ran away in fear. Wow, thanks, bud. You could help protect the base from more creepers. On days 29 through 32, I dropped Charlie off at the base and figured it was a good time to further expand my home. I started by going to the forest and gathered more wood and nearby materials. I'll never get used to those leaves. They look crazy real. Next, I found some more sheep at a plains biome. I used some wheat to lure them back home and into a pen. Once they were settled in, I sheared them for their wool. You really have a face only a mother can love. With my new materials, I started my next expansion of the base. First, I built a small cat room for Charlie to stay in.
He seemed to really like it. Next, I made a number of extra rooms, giving each one their own bed using all the wool I had just obtained from my sheep. A lot of people seem to have been joining lately, so I wanted to prep rooms in advance. Finally, I expanded the farm a little more to have enough wheat for the sheep as well. Alright, we have plenty of food. Now we need more protection from mobs. I used my wooden coal to craft numerous torches, which I placed around the base generously. Lastly, I built a small fence surrounding the perimeter of the base as extra reinforcement, completing my expansion for the time being. This should keep the creepy crawlies out for now. On days 33 through 37, I went to check on Lily to see if she had been working, but she had only gotten sicker. Oh no, what should I do?
Maybe I can help.
How? You don't even know what she's sick with.
I don't, but there's a plant that is said to grow in the mountains. Cures many ailments.
Okay, it's worth a shot.
It definitely is. We can't have any dead weight on this team.
Relax, she'll get better. I'll make sure of it. Before I left to find this plant, I gave Lily some food and water to keep her healthy and crafted more iron armor to keep myself alive during travel. You can never be too careful. I began my journey towards the mountains in search of this mystery plant. While passing through a snowy biome, I stopped to gander at the incredible view. I don't think I'll ever get used to how good this place looks. While appreciating the vista, I suddenly got ambushed by a pack of polar bears. I fought them off as best as I could. Luckily, I had my armor to protect me against their devastating claws. I took them down one by one, leaving me victorious. Yeah! Haha! Take that, nature! After the battle, I moved deeper into the mountains to discover a sign that read "Turn back now." I don't have that luxury. Ignoring the sign, I kept moving forward. On days 38 through 41, I continued trekking through the snowy wasteland, finding more and more signs as I traveled. They really want me to turn back. It's too late now. Finally, I arrived at a campsite within the snowy hills. What's all of this? It looks abandoned. Just then, Roman emerged from behind one of the huts.
I told you to stay off my turf. Didn't you see the signs?
Please, my friend is sick. I'm looking for a plant that'll cure her.
I know what you need, but I'm sorry. I can't help you. The plant you seek is the only source of medicine for miles. My people need it. Why do you think I made a camp up here? To make sure newbies like you don't take it all.
Please,
Enough talk.
Without hesitation, Roman began attacking me with his iron sword. He was an incredibly skilled fighter, not backing down even once. How are you so strong?
I've been here for 80 days, kid. I'm not about to lose to the likes of you.
He left me no choice but to leave empty-handed. I couldn't risk my life for this plant.
And don't come back, you hear?
I have to find a different way to cure Lily. She's running out of time. On days 42 through 45, I returned home from my failed mission to find that Lily had continued to get worse while I was away.
Wonder what happens if I die here.
What? No, don't say that. You're gonna be fine.
I heard you go to a dark place forever.
That sounds awful. But you're not dying on my watch. Just then, Ash entered the room.
She's contributing nothing to the group in this condition. Can't we just put her out of her misery?
What? No way!
You can go down with her, but not me.
Ash stormed out in a fit of rage. Jeez, what's his deal?
I'm sorry for the trouble.
You're no trouble at all. Keep resting. I needed to clear my head, so I went mining. There I found more iron, coal, and even diamond. Whoa, lucky! And normal looking. Although the ore was underwhelming, I gathered it anyway and used them to craft a diamond sword. While I was out, I located a nearby desert biome which I gathered tons of sand at. I feel like I can see each individual grain. With my pockets full of goodies, I returned home and fired up the furnace room. I smelted tons of glass, then used them to make plenty of glass bottles to carry water in. Alright, now I just need the water. I left the house and gathered at our water source just as night began to fall. On days 46 through 48, I ventured through the night to find different types of seeds for our farm. Realism really makes the night scarier. Thank goodness for my torch. Jeez, I look like a walking glow stick. As I continued to walk, I heard noises inching towards me. Who's there? The sounds of bones clinking together began getting louder and louder until suddenly I came across a group of skeletons. Ah! You guys are nightmare fuel! They began surrounding me, so I had no choice but to fight back. These skeletons weren't pushovers, and they definitely outnumbered me, making it hard to beat them all. This is the last time I'm traveling at night! Ah! I finished off the last of the skeletons, leaving only their bones and arrows scattered across the floor. I quickly gathered all their remains and booked it back home. When I returned, I gathered up the wheat I had grown and replanted some new seeds. I think I have a way to make these crops grow faster. I headed over to the crafting bench to use all the bones I collected to make bone meal. With the bone meal, I can now cut the growth time of our crops in half. This is a game changer! With the farm now fully grown, we would now have plenty of wheat to make bread and feed the sheep. This will help the shortage for now. With some fresh bread in hand, I went to Lily's room to share some of the fruits of our labor. Here's some bread and water for you. I hope you like it.
Thanks, Max. You're the best.
No prob. Hang in there, alright? On days 49 through 52, I wanted to continue working on the base even more. The safer and more self-sufficient it was, the higher likelihood I would make it to day 100. With Huey's help, we improved the farm even more by adding more variety to the crops other than just wheat. I added pumpkins, melons, and even carrots. A healthy body comes with a balanced diet. Afterwards, with Ash's help, I built an additional animal pen which we lured some chickens into with wheat seeds. This should help with feathers and eggs. Once again, resource maintenance was complete, but I needed to further fortify the base from outside dangers. I added an additional layer of fencing around the perimeter to keep the baddies out. Next, I wanted to make a couple of watchtowers, but I was gonna need cobblestone to do it. I went out and collected tons of it to use for my project. Even something as basic as cobblestone looks cool now. I returned home and constructed a couple towers using the cobblestone I had just collected, finalizing the next bit of growth to my base. Things are feeling much more stable around here. Just then, another player approached me.
I'm new. Is there any way I can join your group?
Absolutely! You'll be in charge of monitoring the perimeter.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I gave them some armor, a sword, and a bit of food.
Whoa, food and equipment! You're a lifesaver!
With all the arrangements made, I sent our new teammate to the watchtower to help protect the base. On days 53 through 56, I was tending to the base until Huey walked up to me.
Hey, Max, I was using the furnace and noticed we're getting low on coal.
I guess having to purify water really puts a strain on our fuel supply.
I heard that kelp can be a good source of fuel, but it's towards the bottom of the ocean and I can't swim.
No worries, I'll see what I can do. I left the base in search of this fuel alternative. The trek was long, but a pretty sight to behold. I had finally arrived at a deep ocean that looked like it had a good amount of kelp to harvest. I jumped in and began to swim down into the kelp. This is so pretty! While gathering lots of kelp, I took some time to admire the ocean and its wildlife. Are those squids? They're red! I swam by some friendly fish, trying to get a good look at them. Those turtles are super cute! As I continued to farm the kelp, I had to go deeper and deeper into the ocean. Surprisingly, it was a lot scarier than I thought. It was almost pitch black towards the bottom, making it really hard to see. I had to come back up for breath several times, and the last time I swam back to the bottom, I was greeted by a group of drowned zombies. Okay, those aren't cute. I tried using my bow, but with no luck, my arrows sank straight down. Okay, this is a fight I can't win. I started swimming away as fast as I could. Their trident really packed a punch, and there was no way I could defeat them. Ow! Stop it! Once I made it back to the shore, they stopped chasing me and submerged back into the depths of the ocean. Ooh, that was close. I returned home safe and sound with stacks of kelp to turn into fuel. I then turned the kelp into dried kelp and crafted a few blocks to hopefully sustain our fuel even longer. Now that's progress, baby! On day 57, I had a horrible nightmare. I found myself inside of a black void. There was nobody around, and I could only see darkness for miles. Where am I? I walked around in hopes of finding someone. Anyone. Unfortunately, there was no sign of escape. It felt as if I was running in circles. Hello? Anyone here? Just as I was losing hope, I spotted Lily and ran towards her as fast as I could. Lily, is that you? Just as I arrived, she turned into a skeleton. Ah, you're not Lily! Suddenly the skeleton disappeared and the game master took shape behind me.
You'll soon be joining all the other losers of my game.
What? No way! I'm gonna survive no matter what! Strays, skeletons, and withered skeletons all appear from the depths of the void, all ready to strike.
You will join the lost souls of the void forever.
No, please! I don't want to! I woke up in a cold sweat, feeling more unnerved than I had in a while. I have to cure Lily before it's too late. On days 58 through 61, I was feeling shaken by my nightmare, so I returned to the mountain once again in hopes of getting the medicine for Lily. However, when I made it to the campsite, I found the entire place in ruins. What happened here? I did some recon on the campgrounds, but nobody was in sight. All I found were withered skeleton skulls scattered around the vicinity. It was almost as if a war took place here overnight. Just then, a couple of withered skeletons came out from behind a hut and attacked me. Hey, you don't belong here! I took out my diamond sword and started to fight them off. Luckily, there was only a few, so I was able to take them down easily. As I pressed on deeper, I spotted Roman in the rubble and quickly rushed to his side. Hey, what happened?
Oh, it's just you. I was nearing the end of my 100 days, and the Game Master didn't like that very much. He appeared in the sky and told us that we had done well, but this would be our final challenge. He then summoned an army of withered skeletons to seize our camp. Of course, we tried to fight back, but they were too powerful. Not even my strongest warriors stood a chance. They destroyed everything we'd worked so hard to build and took the lives of my people with them. I'm the only one left, but I feel myself fading. Please take this so the same won't happen to your friends.
Roman then gave me a totem of undying. Wait, you need this right now!
Please take it. I want to join my people in the afterlife.
Before I had time to protest any further, he died. No! I mourned for a bit of time, then continued searching around to finish what I came here for. I arrived at the peak of a hill to find a singular plant. It's beautiful. This must be it. I took it and with a heavy heart returned back to my base. The Game Master will pay for this. On days 62 through 64, I arrived home with the plant for Lily and rushed to her room to give her the good news. Lily, I got you the... Just then, I walked in on Ash holding a sword up to Lily. Hey, what are you doing? Drop your weapon!
This is for the good of our group. She's just another mouth to feed. You should all thank me.
If you won't listen to reason, then I have no choice. I ran into battle and began to fight him off. He was surprisingly strong since he had access to all the same resources we did. We quickly took the fight outside where he tried to set me on fire with some flint and steel and overpower me with his sword. We went back and forth. Occasionally, I would trip him up with some arrows and land a few good hits.
Let me help our clan, Max.
You're not helping anyone but yourself. We continued fighting it out. He even managed to break my helmet and boots, but unfortunately for Ash, I had faced more battles than he had. I overpowered him with my abilities and slayed him for his evil actions. After the battle, I rushed to Lily's side to make sure she was okay. Hey, I have the cure. Please take this. I gave her the plant and she scarfed it down, instantly curing her.
Max, I feel so much better. Thank you.
No need to. I'm just happy you're gonna be okay. I had a long few days, so I decided it was best to call it a night. On days 65 through 69, now that Lily was better, we finally had more hands at the base again.
I've been bedridden too long. I'm gonna gather food for everyone.
You sure? The weather looks really bad right now.
Absolutely.
Well, okay. Good luck. Lily headed out on her mission, leaving me alone at the base. This rainy weather gives me an idea. As usual, I wanted to start with necessities for everyone's survival. I planned to place down some rain collectors as an additional water source. I crafted some barrels using wood planks and slabs. Afterwards, I used them to create rain collectors with string and iron ingots. Once I had a few, I put them onto the roof of my main structure. Great! Now we don't have to worry about boiling water all the time. Next, I went over to my local pond and added a kelp farm for more reliable fuel. No more dealing with drowned zombies either. Since all the necessary survival builds were complete, I decided it was best to pretty up the place a bit. After all, it was our home. I added a roof for the animals to keep them dry when it rains. After that, I put in glass windows to keep out the elements. Finally, I made a pathway for each of the rooms to connect everyone together. After a long day, the build was looking better than ever. We're not just surviving, we're thriving. By the time I finished, the rain stopped and Lily returned with some cooked meat for me. Thanks. All that building really worked up an appetite.
Oh, you really outdid yourself. I remember when it was just a dirt hut.
Hey, it wasn't that bad.
By the way, my birthday's coming up. I would have liked to celebrate it in the real world, but I guess I wouldn't mind spending it in the game.
Wait, really? Happy early birthday.
Thanks.
I decided I wanted to do something nice for her birthday. She deserved it. On days 70 through 74, I crafted some more armor and went on the hunt for my grocery list of items to bake a cake for Lily's birthday. First, I ventured out to wrangle some cows for milk. When I found some, I wasn't shocked to see how they looked much different. Alright, come now. Let's get y'all back to a nice home. Giddy up! After I got the cows settled in a pen, I used a bucket to easily gather some milk. It wasn't long before Charlie came up to me wanting some. No, kitty, not for you. Next, I went and grabbed some sugarcane to then grind down to make some sugar. The last ingredient for the cake called for eggs. Luckily for me, we had chickens on our farm, so it was not a problem. But I didn't want to stop there. My next item I wanted to make was some cookies. I'm gonna need some cocoa beans. Time to find a jungle. Since I was gonna be traveling for a while, I put the totem of undying that Roman gave me in my offhand just in case. Hopefully it's not too far. I traveled and trekked until finally stumbling upon a massive jungle biome. This is perfect! I explored around, taking notice of the hyper-realistic jungle vines and bamboo that covered the landscape. Ooh, bamboo! As I was scoping out the area, I spotted some cocoa beans in the distance. There you are! I hopped over and gathered as many as I could carry. As I was getting the last bits from various trees, I heard an eerie noise coming from inside the jungle. What the heck was that? The terrifying noise got closer, which meant I had to start packing my things and leave. Nope, not doing this again. Ah! The sound was too close for comfort, so I started running in the opposite direction. What kind of realistic horror are you? After a lot of running, I managed to lose the creature, but as I looked around, I noticed something. I don't know where I am. On days 75 through 78, I wandered around the jungle, lost and confused. Now, I could have sworn I just passed that tree. Am I going in circles? While trying to find a way out of the jungle, I stumbled upon a group of pandas just chilling. Oh my god, so cute! I took this opportunity to gaze at these amazing animals in their natural habitat. I feel like I'm on the Discovery Channel. While entranced by the panda's cuteness, I heard the strange noise once again. Oh man, just what I need. Come out and face me. I'm not scared anymore. The noises got louder and louder, creeping towards me and even flying over my head. What are you? Oh, hey little guy. You might want to get out of here. There's a monster trying to get me. Hey, you're the one making those noises? Come on, man. You realize I got lost out here because of you? Hey, it's all right. Listen, if you can find me a way out of here, we can be best friends, all right? The parrot then led me through the jungle and out of the bamboo maze, finally escaping and giving me a chance to make it back home. I then asked the parrot if he'd like to join me at the base. Awesome, let's go. On days 79 through 81, I finally arrived home with my new parrot buddy as well as everything I needed for Lily's birthday. Thankfully, she was out on a mission, so I had time to prepare. I crafted both the cake and the cookies. After a bit of waiting, the whole base smelled like a bakery. Once everything was done, the other residents and I waited patiently for Lily to return.
Hello? Where is everyone?
Surprise!
Oh my gosh, you guys remembered! Thank you!
It was a wonderful time. These were the first sweets we'd eaten since getting thrown into this mess, and they tasted amazing. I want to eat cookies every day. Suddenly, the voice of the Game Master filled the area.
You guys are getting a little too comfy. How about some chaos?
What was that? The ground trembled and a wave of various skeletons swarmed the base. We all had to cut the party short. Everyone stay inside. I rushed out into the fray to protect my friends. I used my diamond sword to cut them down with relative ease, but for each mob I killed, it seemed like 2 more would spawn. Why won't you die? I was getting overwhelmed. I wasn't sure how much longer I could fend them off. Is this really how it ends? I pushed until finally I couldn't anymore. I succumbed to the army of skeletons and died. Everything then went black. On days 82 through 84, I woke up inside a black void. Is this the place for my nightmare? I looked around, but I couldn't see where it would begin or end. It was infinitely dark. I turned around and spotted other players walking around, including Ash. Hey, I killed that guy. Why is he here? Just then, Roman approached me from the shadows.
Max, I see you've died.
What do you mean?
This is where all players go if they die during their 100 days. No matter what we do, we're trapped in this void for the rest of eternity.
Why not just disconnect and come back?
It doesn't matter if you disconnect, die, or even go into a single-player world. You will always spawn in the void.
What the heck? That's insane!
I see you still have the totem. Use it quickly. Someone might see it.
Hey, that guy has a totem. Get him!
The player rushed towards me, alerting other players in the process. The desperate players rushed towards me, and I quickly used the totem before it could fall into their hands. On days 85 through 88, I respawned back in my base to find it in complete ruin from the previous battle. Oh no! My friends! I looked around, but couldn't find anyone. Where are you guys? I checked one of the houses above ground and found everyone huddled together. Luckily, nobody had died from the attack. Thank goodness. I thought you guys were toast.
Hey, tougher than I look.
But apparently the base isn't.
Don't worry, let's rebuild it better than before.
I started the repairs by extinguishing any fires that surrounded the base. Next, I patched up all the holes in the structures the flames had created. With the base whole again, I knew it was time to reinforce the perimeter. I used my excess of cobblestone to craft cobblestone walls and replace the fence that was once there. The Game Master will think twice about messing with us again. Once the base was rebuilt, I headed to the mines again in hopes of finding some more diamond. To my luck, I managed to find several veins of it. Some were more tricky to get than others, but I managed just fine. Score! With my new hoard of diamonds, I was able to craft a fresh set of diamond armor. Let's see those skeletons hurt me now. On days 89 through 92, while surveying the land on one of my watchtowers, I noticed a wandering trader waiting for me at the front gate. Hi, can I help you?
Hello, good sir. Are you the owner of this establishment?
It's kinda co-owned, but yeah, what you need?
Nice to meet you, sir. I'm a wandering trader that is proficient in enchantments, and I'm willing to enchant your items for the right price.
Okay, what's your currency of choice?
Spider eyes. Tons and tons of spider eyes.
Spider eyes? Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cough them up.
Sure. I could use some more upgrades. I'll be right back. Remembering my last encounter with spiders, I headed down into the deepest dark cave I could find, hoping to see another group of creepy crawlies. Where are you, you eight-legged freaks? As I continued my search, I came across a mine shaft. There's bound to be spiders in here. I knew I was getting closer when I noticed more and more spider webs littered around. While down there, I took the opportunity to mine some gold. With my guard down and my back turned, spiders finally revealed themselves and began to attack. Holy cow! Where'd you freaks come from? They were quick and nimble, but I began pummeling the spiders with my sword. I was clearly stronger and more skilled than the last time I fought them. I easily took them all down and collected their spider eyes and string. I returned to the trader and tossed him loads of the spider eyes he had requested.
Yes, very good. Now that you've completed your end of the bargain, I shall enchant whatever item you please.
I tossed him all my weapons and armor for him to upgrade. He placed down an anvil and worked his magic.
All done. Here you go.
He tossed back all my stuff with each one having a different perk. Whoa, cool upgrades. Thanks.
Safe travels, friend.
With this new setup, I felt unstoppable. On days 93 through 95, Lily came up to me with a request.
Hey, we're running low on meat again. I think there's a field of pigs nearby.
Can't you eat the animals we have here?
No, I want bacon.
Fine, I'll be right back. I set off in search of some pigs. I wasn't sure where this field was, but I traveled until nightfall. This isn't nearby at all. While venturing through the desert, I noticed some hyper-realistic phantoms flying overhead. Uh-oh, I guess it's been a minute since I've gotten any sleep. The phantoms swooped down and began to attack me. Unfortunately for them, I had my brand new enchantments to make my attacks pack more of a punch. I used my diamond sword to cut them down to size and snipe the last one out of the sky with my expert bow skills. Easy peasy. Even though I was still empty-handed, I figured it was best to get some sleep. I began to travel back to the base. Everything was going fine until a realistic Enderman teleported in front of me. Ah! Don't startle me like that! The Enderman began to teleport all around and attack me. I quickly took out my diamond sword and began to go at him with all my might. However, this wasn't an average Enderman. He was a lot tougher than he looked. Did you just dodge my arrow? My bow wasn't gonna cut it, so I switched my sword and managed to chip him down until finally the monster fell. Woohoo! I traveled a bit further and spotted lots of pigs in a plains biome. Well, I guess I won't go home empty-handed after all. I ran in and swiftly killed some of the pigs for their meat. I then used some carrots to lure the rest of the group back to my base. Once I arrived, I made them a small enclosure so that they would be there to satisfy any more of Lily's cravings. It might be daytime, but I'm finally gonna call it a night. On days 96 through 98, I woke up feeling refreshed from a good night's sleep. I went about my daily tasks with my spirits high. After all, I was so close to beating my 100-day challenge. What's the worst that can happen? Just then, the sound of the Game Master's voice echoed from the sky.
I must say, Max, I'm impressed by your abilities, but I think you need to overcome one more challenge.
Like clockwork, he shifted the time from day to night and summoned his horde of mobs to swarm my base. It was just like the last time he terrorized my home, but this time I was determined to show him how much stronger I was. You're going down! I took out my sword and fended off the onslaught that came my way. There was a lot, but I was much stronger than they were. I took out each mob with ease. However, for every mob I slayed, another would quickly take its place. Lily and Huey came out to aid me in the battle, but there were too many for us. This isn't fair! Nobody can stop an endless army!
Do you think I care? I'm taking someone to the void whether you like it or not.
I fought and fought, but we were once again getting overwhelmed. Worst of all, Huey wasn't able to hang on. The swarm got to him and killed him in the heat of battle. Huey, no! With a heavy heart, Lily and I managed to slay the rest of the army, but at the cost of a dear friend.
Thanks for the soul. Enjoy the rest of your pathetic days.
I'm gonna make you pay for this! On day 99, I wanted to seek out revenge for Huey's death. I made sure I had plenty of arrows, food, and water for the journey ahead. As I was about to leave, Lily walked up to me.
Are you really going to fight the Game Master? He might be immortal.
I know, but I can't let Huey die in vain.
Well, take this potion of strength to aid you. I've held on to it since my first day, but I think you need it now more than ever.
Thanks. I'll get us out of here. I set off in search of the Game Master, traveling through multiple biomes in hopes of finding his location. However, without a lead, things were looking hopeless. I knew he wouldn't show himself for nothing, so I had the perfect idea. Hey, Game Master! I want to make a deal with you! All of a sudden, the Game Master teleported in front of me. Whoa, that actually worked?
Yes, you're my most intriguing player to date. So tell me about this little deal.
You like games, right? Let's play a game. If you win a fight between us, I'll become your servant entity. But if I win, you'll free all the players from the void and end your games forever.
Oh, how fun! I can never say no to a game, and one with such high stakes. You're on.
Before I could respond, the two of us teleported away. On day 100, I appeared inside of a glowing arena within the void. This place is super trippy, especially the floor. Just then, at the other end of the platform, the Game Master appeared. This was it, the final battle. I hope you're ready for things to get real for you too.
You're funny if you think you can actually win this battle, but no matter. I'll show you the true power of the Game Master.
The Game Master began to teleport around me, using his mobility to land quick blows. He was strong and had the ability to bend the world to his will. However, my diamond armor was just what I needed to lessen the intensity of the attacks. I was able to hang on and use my bow to poke him down from afar. Once he got close, I used my enchanted sword to land devastating blows.
This is no good. Looks like I'll just have to change up the arena.
The Game Master conjured a portal out of nowhere and fled through it.
If you
You're not getting away that easy.
Let me know if you
I
need
took out the
anything.
potion of strength Lily gave me and chugged it down before hopping into the portal after it. On the other side was a hyper-realistic city. Whoa! Is this where you've been the whole time?
Maybe. That doesn't matter though. Get off my tail!
We continued to battle inside the strange realistic area. The Game Master tried his best to flee, but I wasn't letting him get away. I combined the power of my sword and my bow to dwindle his remaining health. I could tell the Game Master was on his last legs. Thanks to the potion of strength, I had just the edge to finally finish him off once and for all. I used my diamond sword to knock him into the pool, ending the battle. Game over! Just like that, the Game Master fell, and all the players from the void revived back into the overworld. Trevor, is that you? And Huey too!
Max, I knew you would save us!
I turned around, and all the players trapped in the game were there too. Yeah! House party! I'll order some pizza!